Hey, how's it going today? Okay, I want to talk about codependency and an abandonment wound and how codependency is a coping mechanism, basically. Basically, it is. It's a form of, it's like a habit, a pattern we create with another human being, with many sometimes, but with especially an intimate relationship where we want to please, or we want to fight, or we want to run away, or we want to freeze. And mostly, I think with codependency, there's more of a fight and a fawn in the relationship. So there's a person, one of the people is fighting for control in overtly. Like they're like, I need you to do this for me, that for me, and the other thing for me, or I won't feel lovable and I will feel scared, and I need you to make sure that you're always attentive to me at all times, because I can't be okay and I'm scared if you don't pay attention to me. And then you have the other one who's like, okay, I'll pay all the attention to you. I'll do everything I need to do. I'll pretzel myself. I'll please you. I'll deny myself friends. I won't I'll give up activities that I love because I want to make sure that you know that I love you and that I'm here for you. Okay? Now, the reason it is kind of addictive is because you've got these two on the top, right? You've got the fighter controlling it. You've got the fawner also controlling it, because if the fawner feels like they can, make the other person happy, that makes them feel better. It makes them feel like more at peace. And if the fighter can get the fawner to, make them happy, they feel better, and everyone's walking around like, oh, good, I feel so calm. We're in love again. And this is wonderful. And it's really an addiction, because what happens is your nervous system is activated when you're fawning or fighting. You're either fight or flight, or you're rushing around to please. And all of this is like chaotic, right? This is like drama. This is like tug of war, power play. And underneath it all are these little younger, vulnerable parts that are like, well, we're scared to be abandoned, and we're afraid, and they're young. They're in each of these people from when they were little, and they were abandoned in some way, right? And their attachment needs were not met as very tiny little beings usually. I mean, I'm going to just go ahead and say between 0 and 5, right? Maybe even earlier in the womb, generationally, right? From a long, long time ago. And these parts, the fighter and the fawner. Now, you could have the fighter and the fawner inside yourself, and they could have it inside themselves. But what is happening is this fighter is coming out and this fawner is coming out, and they're doing this dance, right? Let's just do the thing and distract so that each of these people can't actually access the real pain. The real pain is sadness, fear, loneliness, right? The little one inside of them that gets abandoned and has been abandoned since they were little is still being abandoned. Because if you're going up and you're fawning with your partner, or you're fighting with your partner, you're ignoring your own real feelings. Those parts of you that are really vulnerable and scared and sad. And this becomes an addiction or habit, a pattern, because it's a coping mechanism. As long as I am doing something else to avoid my pain by fighting with you, or something else to avoid my pain by pleasing you, I don't have to face my pain. I can just make you, my partner, do my work for me. If you're fighting someone and you're making them please you, you don't have to do your work. You don't have to look at your abandonment. That's scary and that's hard work, right? That is, I understand. I'm not making light of that. It's the most freeing and beautiful, wonderful work. So I so strongly and highly encourage you to do it. But it's still not easy. And people don't want to always look at their stuff. I get that. But it's the most responsible thing you can do in this world. And it is the most liberating thing you can do for yourself, because it's the only way you can love yourself. The only way you can love yourself is to feel those feelings, to acknowledge I had stuff happen to me that was not my fault when I was very little, and I want to love myself and feel myself, feel my pain, feel the pain I went through as a little kid. Doesn't mean I'm going to be a victim. Maybe I was victimized. Maybe I could be a victim for 10 minutes. Well, why not, But when you're not acknowledging it, you're disowning it, you're kind of coming out as a victim more anyway. You're showing up as a victim. You're showing up as a this or a that, a controlling person, a managing person. Whatever it is that you're running from and you're doing instead of to cover up the pain is just creating this drama in your life, right? Because it's just like, oh, look over there, look, wag the dog, there's a war, you know? It's like avoiding the real issue, okay? So it's an addiction because when you are able to be in this connection with someone and you're able to please them enough or fight with them enough so they please you, see how calming that is? It's like drinking a bunch of alcohol or eating a bunch of Twinkies or cupcakes or something that you like that makes you feel just a little bit calmer for a little while. You get to shut down. You get to be like at ease and at peace. It's a faux adaptation. It is not real. It is a temporary coping mechanism only. It's a Band-Aid for a little bit. It is not a full, true nervous system regulation. It is a temporary calming down. And it's okay to use your coping mechanisms for as long as you need if that helps you. But realize what you're dealing with. You're dealing with things that you're doing to create a sense of calm, but it's not true calm. True calm comes when you deal with the actual pain you're in, the actual beliefs you have about yourself, and you change them for real and for true and for good forever. Okay? Then your nervous system, your amygdala and your brain doesn't have a reason to be like, trigger, and then setting off all these, reactions in your body and your nervous system and your body to create so much stress that you then have to like cover up with alcohol or codependency or drugs or sex or something else, right? So you just want to actually get to the real truth and the real issue and solve it. Because if you do that, then it just releases all this other stuff that you're doing and it creates a lot more harmony in your world. Basically, it's not an easy process, but there is a process. And that's what I'm saying is there's a way to do it. And it's really not that hard. It's actually kind of fun and it's actually very liberating. And I just recommend it highly. So anyway, I hope that helps. You guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully this helped you. Okay, bye.